grateful for life, to see another sunrise. But you want up in the air. All the stress on your mind, put them problems aside and give thanks, yeah, for another day. Don't forget to pray and give thanks, yeah, for another day. Don't forget to pray. Another day above.
Good morning to Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning. And we give thanks and praise to the Almighty Creator for another day and for every other blessing that He has given us. We pray that, God continues to guide us so that we can show gratitude for His many blessings by utilizing them positively, with love for our brothers and sisters, for our family and friends, for ourselves. We are thankful, we're thankful. And by nature, Trinbagonian people, we have a place of love inside of us, and we just have to, we need to unearth it, we need to cast away the selfishness and the greed and the materialism that we have been trained towards, the individualism, the me, the I. We just need to cast that away and put that grasp back on our Creator, on goodness, on love. Because we are people with love. I was going through the news, which I usually do. I try to keep myself informed about what's going on. Alright, careful where you get the news from, because if you depend or rely on someone else to give you information, if they so wish, they could give you the wrong information as well. So be very careful. And as my friends before who were on the program with me doing the technical aspect of it very early on, they used to read the news, and they're reading all three newspapers talking about the same incident, and sometimes all three a little different. Sometimes factually they have a little bit less or more. Sometimes the headlines, etc., guide you or misguide you in a certain direction. So, but I try to keep myself informed, and I know we have come across the fact that now Trinbagonians need to have their visas to go to the United Kingdom. That's challenging. I absolutely abhor the process to apply and get a United States visa. And I don't know if there would be challenges there in particular for me, but I've never made that effort to do so. So predominantly, I went to school in England for a period of time. I would predominantly travel back to England and Europe and all over the world as much as possible. It is something that is, it helps you, it opens your eyes, it gives you a different perspectives on culture, on the way that people live in different places, geography, etc. But now, we're faced with this challenge that we are going to have to apply and pay for these visas. It seems as though, the world that was coming closer together has now more barriers. There are more barriers being put up for this type of free movement. It was extremely positive in my thinking to have even the Schengen zone, the European zone, being opened up for Trinbagonians to travel visa free. You know, welcome. Welcome, 6 months and you go. We recognize you all as coming from a place where you all don't want to run away from. That's just part of the thinking. Part of the thinking. Just give it a little clean. Part of the thinking behind restrictions for certain countries is that you look at where the individuals are coming from and the propensity for those individuals to stay long term in your country, because there are a lot of people who seek a better way of life and therefore they migrate to other countries. You know, this is the way the world is set up now. We don't have to accept it, but that's how it is. Men have formed these structures of government and they have called certain parts of God's land by whatever name, and they've restricted other men and women from moving from one part of God's earth to the next part of God's earth. Really a phenomenal development, a very interesting one that has taken place, and because it has taken place over time, we have come to accept it. We have come to accept it. So these places that are seen as more desirable or developed, these places are usually the ones who put restrictions in place so that others cannot come and just live and work in these areas, in these places. And obviously they look at the country that you're coming from, and based on where you're coming from and your actions, the amount of your citizens who actually want to stay on, who stay on illegally, who, you know, in this case we have specific circumstances of people applying for asylum, stating that they have whatever special difficult circumstances in the country they're coming from, Trinidad and Tobago in this specific context, and applying to be allowed to live and assisted in certain ways until the determination, and then sometimes after that determination they get a certain level of assistance, humanitarian assistance, you know, based on certain law, etc. So there has been somewhat of an influx or an increase. I don't know if it can be termed as an increase. The figures we are seeing is somewhere around 800, I believe, Trinbagonians over the past couple of years that have gone specifically to England and have sought asylum. I would think that there are varying reasons that they have given, but I know that some of them have given the crime and their affliction by whatever is transpiring in terms of criminal activity as the reason why they cannot come back to Trinidad and Tobago. I know some of them, and there are people who have serious cases of domestic violence, for example, and they plan, they save, they take their time, and when they can, they leave, they run away. They run away. I know of an individual who quietly saved, a really aggressive situation that individual was in. They had to hide to even save their own money that they were working for, some of it, gradually, and run away, in the dead of the night, literally, after booking whatever flights, etc., run away to a whole different country just to be safe from physical abuse and death. So there are some bona fide, legitimate reasons why people seek asylum as well. But in response to the increase and in continuation of a new trend in thought of tightening of immigration policies for people who are coming into these so-called more developed countries, these restrictions have been placed. Now, obviously, you would have to apply, put forward certain criteria so that they can check and determine whether you are going to overstay or seek asylum or try to stay and work or whatever in their country. I think Trinidad and Tobago as well, people, because of how connected we are, when we see others take certain steps, 5 people, 10 people tell you, hey, we went to England and we got asylum, and they provide certain amenities for us until the time comes for our hearing, and if you're successful in the hearing, you get certain assistance. When they hear some people have done it and have gotten through, then others follow suit. So I think that's part of the reason why it has increased recently. Then of course also in our country as well, there are certain factors that have been extremely challenging for individuals. The crime that exists, the economic challenges as well. I don't know exactly what to class it as yet. Those factors have played heavily on the minds of citizens as well. So, there's nothing to keep you here. Yes, there are the ties of family. Yes, you love maybe some things, but your ability to enjoy those things sometimes are extremely restricted based on crime and also economic ability. So that makes the decision of individuals to go much easier. And you would have seen, if we are truthful and we look at trends, we would have seen even individuals who are desirable, extremely desirable in terms of their ability to work, professionals, that brain drain has been taking place. And the figures for that have not been provided so much. But apart from the lower end of that asylum, which is the lower end, people actually who need assistance as well when they get there and are trying to appeal based on serious circumstances, necessitating them staying and getting assistance. But you also find professionals. We have professionals from Trinidad and Tobago, educated, trained, experienced individuals who have decided to leave, who have decided that our options at building, taking care of our family and building our future are better elsewhere in the world. They've decided to leave. And of course, we have had waves of that in the past. People migrating to Canada, the United States, England, and other places. Trinbagonians all over the world. But that does not augur well, it does not reflect well on the state of this society. It does not reflect that well on the state of this society. Sometimes we forget that unfortunately we are in a period of state of emergency. And as I mentioned a couple days ago, literally there are hundreds of individuals, citizens, who are detained under these special provisions and who eventually will have to be released. That is how bad crime has become in Trinidad and Tobago. I know we may forget and other things come onto the front burner, carnival, other things. Every day I think something might open or be ribbons cut or something because of the period in time that we are in, right? The politicking going on. Delivery. Thank God for elections. I wish every year was an election year. So we might forget that we had record numbers of murders in Trinidad and Tobago, and that it has become so challenging that extraordinary measures have been put in place to just cap off what has been taking place. And still, even in this period of extraordinary measures, things are happening. People are still, citizens are still killing each other. We need to do better than that. Trinbagonians, we need to do better than that. And as I was just, talking to someone, and they're saying, well, part of the problem is the level of frustration within the society as well. There's a tension among people as well. Because it's a little tough. Now, when I take some calls, at times I wonder if that is a reality or not. Because some people would tell you that, no, everything great. And if I were to really investigate the circumstances of some of these individuals, God bless them for their patience and their contentment, beautiful aspects and virtues. But if I were to investigate some of their circumstances, they speak of a different thing. Paycheck to paycheck. Not even paycheck to paycheck. Paycheck to a little way before paycheck. Or halfway and then beg, borrow, thief. Challenging. Trinbagonians, working class Trinbagonians who whose wages are not up to date with cost of living and 2025. Y'all are magicians. Y'all are magicians. Y'all are tremendous mothers and fathers in Trinidad and Tobago who hold last strain and still there battling. Y'all are tremendous. God bless y'all this morning. The sacrifice, the juggle, the extra that y'all do. There are so many Trinbagonians who work that 9 to 5 and find a next hustle. There's so many people who are involved in part-time work and then have other part-time work, whatever they could do. Professionals, welders who doing Uber, well not Uber, rideshare. Big up, respect. But all of these culminating circumstances have led people to move to the brain drain, the professionals, and now also people who, seeking asylum. And that has resulted in, this visa restriction now. Tough. And paramount in our minds as leaders, just even as leaders in thought, in thinking, Trinbagonians, the average Trinbagonian, let us become leaders in thinking, in thought. As a friend of mine said, repeat it every morning. We are not stupid. Right? We are not stupid. We are not stupid. So for me, respectfully, don't challenge what I'm saying in terms of economic development if you're not going to make an effort to educate yourself a little bit about it. Don't remove the doubt by opening your mouth. Seek some knowledge. Don't just parrot what people say. We intelligent, man. Think about it. We spend how much of our young lives in school? Many of us, most of us could read, we can write. Read something. Think for yourself. Critical thinking. Take your time. Because yes, we could build buildings. I don't know if we could build buildings, because it is apparent to me as well that Trinbagonians cannot build buildings. Only the Chinese could build buildings. I just, in a broad sense, are saying that. I know that there are projects that we, local contractors with local content, have been able to deliver with tremendous results on time, beautiful as well. But when I say that we are missing the building of a society, and unfortunately we building buildings, concrete and steel. Concrete and steel, as though concrete and steel will set us free, will earn just like that, will improve our condition. Don't get upset. Think about it for a while. Yes, it looks beautiful. I mean, it's 2025. Google new hospitals around the world, and if you don't see things that are aesthetically beautiful, things that look good to your eye, glass and facades and lights. Oh my, lights could make anything look good. In the studio here, these lights, they must be just make me look good and all. Cladding. This kind of shiny metal is a composite of different materials, right? And you stick it onto the facade of buildings. Sometimes you have a concrete building and you redo it by putting up cladding on it, and it looks shiny and beautiful. Yes, beautiful things can be built, but the structures around it, the people to support it, the plan to execute the utilization of it. Man, Trinidad and Tobago, we are not stupid. We are not stupid. We are not stupid. And if we are to go anywhere as a people, we have to utilize this intelligence that we have. We have to think for ourselves. And we have to be mature enough to get up on a morning and put the radio on 91.9 from 6 to 8 and challenge your thoughts. And have a discussion beyond the little box that we put ourselves in sometimes. And if we come out with your idea as the dominant one that makes sense, then we go forward with it. So we take the break and we come back.
Attention business owners. Are you looking to reach a vast audience and boost your brand's visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to showcase your products and services. Join us and let your message be heard by thousands of eager listeners. Contact us now to learn more about our affordable advertising packages. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to connect with your target audience. Advertise with the Street 919 FM today. For more information, call 399-5959, 384-2232 or 378-1470.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Lent is here, and the castle is making fasting easy and tasty. Come enjoy any of our 5 delicious fish options, all made with a fresh catch, seasoned local style, and cooked to golden perfection. Try the fish meal. 2 slices of fish with a side. The fish combo. 2 slices of fish, 1 side, and a drink. Maybe the fish sandwich combo of 1 sandwich, a side, and a drink. Want more fish? Well, the Royal Fish Meal is for you. Enjoy a slice of fish, a fish sandwich with a side and a drink. Or maybe you just want our famous fish sandwich. The delicious Lenten specials are hot and waiting for you at your nearest royal castle.
This is the voice of the PNM. TNT, this is your invitation. On Sunday, March 16th, the People's National Movement is calling you from every town, every community to gather at the historic University of Woodford Square from 2 p.m. as we proudly present the 41 candidates for the 2025 general election. Hear from our Prime Minister, Dr. the Honorable Keith Christopher Rowley, incoming Prime Minister, the Honorable Stuart Young Senior Counsel, as they usher in a bold new era of governance for Trinidad and Tobago, and a powerful lineup of speakers, including your new P&M candidates. Be there as the leaders of today and tomorrow address us in Woodford Square. Don't miss performances by top soca artists, dance performances, Tassa drummers, rhythm sections, and more on Sunday, March 16th from 2 p.m. at the University of Woodford Square. All are invited. Wear your red, meet your candidates, and be part of history. Great is the PNM.
Everybody's talking future, but can they really give it to ya? Want to know where to invest? Open an MPF.
The one fund that guarantees principal and interest earned, has no service charges, no penalties, gives anytime access, and offers projected interest of 3%.
On your future, let's begin with the MPF. You're bound to win.
The Mortgage Participation Fund from HMB, a subsidiary of Trinidad and Tobago Mortgage Bank. Visit mympf.com and own your future.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282. Or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Planning your Tobago getaway? Choose the highest Google-rated car rental company on the island, O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago. Located just minutes from the A&R Robinson International Airport, at O'Neill, we pride ourselves on being the most tech-savvy car rental company in Tobago. Our process is 100% digital. No paperwork, no long lines. From easy pickup to seamless returns, renting a car in Tobago has never been simpler. WhatsApp us now at 1-868-361-1042 to book your vehicle. Don't forget to mention promo code RADIO2 to receive a 5% discount on your rental. Send a WhatsApp message to 1-868-361-1042 today. That's 1-868-361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago, the easiest, most reliable car rental experience on the island.
Vehicle availability is subject to change. Driver must be at least 25 years old and have a valid driver's license to book. For more information, visit www.rentalcartobago.com.
Good morning again, Trinidad and Tobago. And we are discussing the little development in terms of visa entry now to the United Kingdom and why it has come about. And we obviously are speaking about it in the context of the wider issues that Trinidad and Tobago faces, which have resulted in the brain drain that we have seen across Trinidad and Tobago for a long period of time. Something that we as a country should have been grappling with, should have tried to prevent, because when you have those trained people leaving your country and they could have benefited your country, they are now going to other places to serve the populations of other countries. So it's not a positive thing at all. But now you find it's always a problem on the other end. It's okay if you come to work hard and professional, your knowledge and your time that you've spent and resources you have spent to educate yourself or or the country has spent to educate you. It's okay when they come and they are utilized to the benefit of the country, the other country. But when people come who they perceive or they try to put forward as needing assistance through asylum, etc., that is a problem for them. You know how it goes. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, hello, morning.
Morning.
Bless her. But really, if you know, I just think about you whole day too these days, because you take up a great task in inspiring and informing the public or Trinidad public or the world at large, because people from outer road go listening to we to want the conversation come interesting, because people being bombarded with spiritual warfare in the world, and the Bible fulfilling in the eyes of people, and they do not seeing.
Yeah.
The secret society and the people who run in the world, them just keep taps on everything, you know.
Yeah.
My brethren, because when I was young, well, I had a band named Zion Trainer since in my about 20 years, and I ran that band for a good while, and after that I realized black brothers, they're so hard to understand discipline and whatever.
You had a fight with them.
The band.
It don't matter what, you had a fight with them, but I know where there's be sometimes.
Yeah, well, to tell you the truth, the band is named Zion Trainer, and all the things we had to be talking is the ideas what I was working with, because I believe black people could form a spiritual revolution with truth against principality and spiritual wickedness. Truth. Because you see, everything running in the world today is stolen legacy from black people itself. Because we was down here so long, and then they deprived me from all we ideas and knowledge about ourselves. You understand? So we come like we still mentally in slavery, and then they're using a high form of spiritual wickedness where people don't know. So that's the cause and effect of black youths getting on bad. And if I tell you something, I do a study. Well, I just study everything from the hair root to the cosmos to the hair skin to the intermix and what they produce and the activity and the everything. I can't even tell you.
Right,
but
real study. Let me get it. What study you telling me about it? I have plenty to do. Let me.
Well, boy, let me tell you, I just study everything. From people hair root to the hair tied to the intermix or whatever. I just study the cosmos. It have an alignment forming in the universe now over 30 years, more than 30 years I studied it. And I see alignment coming together. It had an old alignment in the stars. It was like a star cluster. It wasn't uniform. And now I see a uniform alignment in the stars. I work in these things. I'm more than 30, you could say about 40 years or more.
Mm-hmm.
And something happening in the cosmos. But not that I want to talk about. I want to talk about the present existence that we here. They're using some form of spiritual wickedness. One thing I want you to watch, if you don't watch YouTube, most of the European nations in a kind of slack mood. But here what happened, you see these animals, plenty of them European nations, they're portraying European women with dogs and a set of animal behaviors, way prerogative, and it could install negative mentality in women's mind. That is the highest form of spiritual wickedness and demon they're doing, and it's transferring, because sex is a conveyor belt. And let me tell you something. It have a reason why black youths does act in this way. They're like dogs, because of the fact that find a way to convey Satan, to convey spiritual energy, to make people be arrogant, ignorant, You know, something like dog. Watch how dog does meat.
Yeah.
The fight is like a war. And you know, Satan find a way to infiltrate this spirit into humanity. And I'm studying it.
Yeah.
I'm watching it, studying it. I want to know why these youths get on so. It's cause and effect we have to look for it.
We'll reflect.
Get on so.
We'll reflect on that.
It's plenty.
Yeah, we'll reflect.
That's a big conversation. Something wrong with humanity, right? Satan conveying spiritual energy. It becomes like a demonic force, right? But they find a way how to do it. But I could explain it better.
Yeah.
But because you know, it's a long time I have this in my head. But
let me ponder. Let me ponder on what you give us so far. Let us think about that which you have given us so far. All right?
Yes.
Thank you very much, brother.
Right? And I want to open and expand on that idea because too much youth killing people and they don't even know why and how they're picking up these demonic
they're possessed.
Arrogant spirit.
Yeah, they have a
demonic
spirit.
Arrogant spirit and a secret society, them know about it. But I study them long time now. Thanks.
All right, thanks, Yeah, so let us be very... Walaikum salam. Peace be unto you. Welcome, brother.
My brother, I know I was saving up my money because, you know, I no visa to go to my grandfather in United Kingdom.
Right.
So I go again because I won't get no visa.
Yeah, I want to see the application form and see what they're asking about. I hope the process not difficult, as difficult as the American visa, where they asking you your ties, your this, your that, your bank account, your this, your that. It's not easy, you know. So if you have money, you could come and visit this place, or you come and visit somebody. If you don't have, they don't want you because they're afraid you're going and stay.
So you could learn master and don't want to be again to get a visa.
They never wanted. They never wanted us, brother. They wanted to use us. They didn't want us. But if you have skills, if you have real skills, if you are a doctor, a nurse, things like that, they're seeking you out. You know, to have countries, Canada, other places, looking for you to come to their place to work and build a country. You know, they want that. So it's not easy.
Well, actually, the crime situation in the country, people flying up, people looking for asylum, and that with the space that's closing down.
Yeah.
Man, they actually see young members diving out. And all them kind of thinking.
Yeah. It's a serious situation.
We are not blaming the government too. But the three highest murder we get under this man.
Yeah.
Van Bronson.
Well, they have to have some responsibility and take some responsibility for it as well, for sure.
Bye-bye. I do it short and sweet, and my touch back in, they're blessed.
Yeah, blessings. All right? It would be incorrect for them not to take some blame for what is going on. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Hey, morning.
Welcome.
Here's what I have to say with all this thing about where they get visa to go to England. Let me tell you this. These people never from one day after independence wanted us to come to England. They only tolerate us. They never wanted us. I see people like Headless Chicken talk about, oh God, we are getting visa to go to England now. So what? So what? It's about the Caribbean countries we could go and help them out. That they carry come. Why we have to go to a white man country? You understand? To get them rich. That's why I don't understand. We have to try and get out from this mental slavery that we need these people to live.
Mm-hmm.
That is why we gain our independence to govern ourselves.
Yeah.
And that is getting me angry. You understand? I born in the 70s. I never know about colonial days and the white man. All of a sudden now, when we hear we are going to go to England, everybody like Headless Chicken, oh God, I don't get money to go, I don't get more money, all kinds of things. We have to stop this kind of slavery thinking that we need the white man to put on our clothes, wipe our nose, and put our shoes on our feet. We are an independent nation. And that same man who call about Atago and if I go to my grandfather, brother man, behave yourself and start to act like a big man. You understand? Start to act responsible. And we have to stop thinking like this. And I realize things that happen, we want to lambaste everything. I want to blame everything. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, but
and we are our own leaders. We have to think of leaders now.
Yeah.
And stop being followers. We have to think of leaders.
Yeah.
Keep oil visa. Die nothing.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but for some of us, we have people in the diaspora who are living there.
I have my cousin in my cause there too.
Yeah.
I have my cousin in my cause there.
Yeah,
but come on.
And freedom of movement is essential, and also it will add up costs. Some of us don't go. Some of us not going.
Since the days of the Windrush when we went across to help them build back England after the World War. They never want us there.
Yeah.
If you know the history, they never wanted it from day one. Because Margaret Thatcher said, if you bake a cookie in the oven, it's a cookie. But if it have a cockroach in the oven, what it is a cockroach. You know what's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So people have to come better than that. People have to come better than that.
They're disrespectful. I understand. Yeah, man.
Yeah. People have to come better than that. You understand? From day one, the white man never want us to go to the North America and to UK and to Canada. You know, but they always want us for free labor.
Yeah, to work. The skill among us. Come and work and build them.
You understand? I have a cousin living in England, and they tell me England is not all the big thing where we want it to be. But you see, they brainwash you with the media like it looks clean, and it's a pot of gold, and come across there, and you'll be better.
Yeah.
But I live in Trinidad, and I help in my country, and I build in my nation, and I'm not pulling it down. If people want to call and say, oh, I have grandfather living there, I have grandmother living there, I go to the Caribbean, I could go to Trinidad, I could go to Barbados.
Yeah.
I could go anywhere else, you know.
Yeah, man. We get your point. Thanks, man. Thanks. That's a valid point. Thanks, right? Yeah, so the phone line's lighting up. Let's take some of the calls. Go ahead. Morning.
Pleasant good day to you, Young Barker. Good day to Trinidad and Tobago. I want to also add to what the last caller was saying. Yes, we understand the Windrush situation, where from day one they didn't wanted the Black Africans and whoever was involved in going across there to make a way for themselves in terms of livelihood and the economy, whatnot, right? But that was then, and now is now, right? With laws being tied into the situation, with persons not getting visa because of that same Windrush situation that our ancestors was able to make way for us so that we can go to the UK, right, without visas in the first place, right? And for so many years, we have done that, right? And I'm not going to take sides this morning. I'm simply saying that we abuse the system, and I understand what you're saying, Young Back, about free movement. We have that, how can I say, proposal within the CARICOM where free movement is concerned, right? There's something called a CSME, right? Once you qualify, you're able to get that, go up to the Caribbean island that is under that CSME provisions, and you're able to stay there indefinitely and make something of yourself. However, there was supposed to be amendments with that CSME where they kind of expand it, right? And we, the CARICOM nations, are not really utilizing it. I think it was Antigua stated that they were not really fully ready for it, but most of the other inter-island states consist of the CARICOM and the CSME nations, right? CARICOM nations. However, let's go back to the UK. Trinidadians and Tobagonians, but I would say Trinidadians more, go to the UK and abuse the system. The same way we have rules in Trinidad and Tobago, which we don't really abide by, but when we go Manhattan, we will not jaywalk, because if we get bounced down, there's no compensation, right? So we follow these simple rules in America. When it comes to the UK, even though we had privilege, we continue to abuse the privilege. Unlike other countries who needed visa long before that, I'm sure they was able to adhere to it. And another point I want to also make, Young Backer, this whole asylum process, there's no real reason for Trinidad and Tobagonians to go across it to file for asylum. It's either they're running from something from here and making a false case in order to settle their life, because I don't know, this whole asylum process, they abuse the system, because I've known several persons evidently went and make fake report, make fake claims, and they bring it forward to the Home Office in the UK. And that is what Trinidadians do. So you know what happened? Let the system deal with them, and the system also will be able to say, okay, I know this person based on records, whatever, how they travel, the immigration process, that kind of thing. They would let you in, they wouldn't give you the problematic situation. But the system also is designed to know who to pull into that room and question them for 5 hours, because there's something, they do their thorough investigation. So let's look at the system in a way that we abuse the system, and now they are taking relevant action to tie up the ends. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know so much that it does not have any valid reason for people to seek asylum, but yes, people may not be qualified, but there's a process. There's a process when you arrive there. And a lot of times if you are seeking asylum, it is desperate circumstances. So you run, you are fleeing from where you are to go to this place. You know, and then when you reach there, you make whatever claim. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Parker.
Morning.
Good morning, everybody. Yes, like the last caller said, they abuse the system. There is an ambassador down here, or whatever. So they know exactly what's going on down here, right? But before I go on, England is paying people £50,000 at the present, it is said, to leave England, right? People, foreigners. People were there before, just as Trump is using ICE to get people out. England is paying them £50,000 to leave. So it's not as if just the Trinidadians. And I want to say, they have ambassador here, so they know what's going on. How we have so many people asking for asylum and they don't know what's going on? Yeah. Why make this a big issue now? It's not our problem. That's your problem. When they reach there, you have to know. If you come on a visitor's visa thing, why it is now you telling us we had so much people and we want to send them back? Just send them back. Simple as that. You know nothing is going on here. Yeah. And I want to know. I don't think their laws allow them to just send them back. If they put in an application for asylum, it has to be processed first, and then based on the merit, they send them back or they keep them. But they might. I'm saying they have people down here who could say that those things aren't true, right? And why only Caribbean people? But I also say that they're paying people right now. I'm not sure if they're legal or illegal. Maybe illegal people or people who stay in there. They're paying them. They're searching for them and paying them £50,000 to leave.
I'll have to check that. That sounds interesting. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it was on the news. I saw it on the news.
Okay.
I saw it on BBC.
Okay.
And the fella asked him again. £50,000, they want them out. So you want to tell me people, well, look what happened in Canada. It's the same thing happened in Canada. But what I want to say, if they should make a deal with them. If it's African people, find a state in Africa where they could go. If it's people of Indian descent, find a place in India, some city, and send them there, because they don't send them back to Trinidad. I honestly don't want them. They are mischievous and no good. For you to do that to your country, no, we don't want you back here. But Fuad, can I touch on yesterday's topic?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Feel free.
Okay. You remember you were talking about location of where an individual lives, environment then, the environment. And environment doesn't mean a physical place as well. So, but I want to make an example. If you move a pig, or some people will call it hog, for an environment where he had the mud and the dirt and thing to rub up in and, cool his body and all of that, and you put him in a concreted area or a paved area or a tile area to live, you think he's going to be comfortable?
No, that's not. That's not a suitable environment for him.
No, but guess what? If you train him to live in that area, after a while, he'll get comfortable because that's his environment. If you take him as a piglet and you enter him in your house, because they do have pet pigs that live in house, and he live in that house, you can't put him in a muddy area because that's not the environment he accustomed to.
That's an interesting theory.
But here, yes, I'm going
we might
on
have to use it. You might have to experiment with it because he might go back comfortable in his.
Pet pig? Haven't you seen pet pig in house?
Yeah, I've seen that somewhere on the internet.
And I'm talking now. I hope you understand. I'm talking about behavior.
Yeah, you're speaking about behavior.
Right. So I'm saying it, and we're talking also about adjustment.
Yeah.
Adjusting to your environment. So when they have moved, a lot of people were complaining and moving and Laventille and saying, for instance, they want to move out of that area because they live in that area. Their people are bad. They wanted to move out. You put them Maloney, you put them La Huckiter, you put them Central, you put them wherever. Guess what?
You say it. We are waiting for me to say it. You go ahead and say it.
Okay. They were the same people who were complaining about the environment.
Yeah.
You move them up, you treat them well, they don't have any big rent. All you ask them to do is be good citizens and behave. But they don't want that. So they don't want to work here, but they want to go to England and do what? Since you're talking about asylum, that means you have nobody out there. You have no place to stay. You have nothing. Right? So what you're going to do? Live on taxpayers' money? And that was one of the things that the guy was making a point on, that the English have to take the taxpayer money and take care of the people. So that's why they want to send them back.
Yeah.
Okay? So people must not blame others for their lazy, bad-minded behavior. You want to tell me nobody in Trinidad? I give you some example of some people who have no limbs or in a different able position and working and have business. And the woman I told you from China, when she started a business, I was walking like a dog on 4 limbs. She started a business. She asked her husband after a while, business was growing so much, she had to ask her husband to leave his job to come and help her. And after that, it was still growing. She had to ask and increase her employee, right?
Yeah. Oh, my apologies there. I did cancel the call before I had you finish. But I understand your point. You are always big on personal responsibility, and I understand that 100%. And I agree with you that people have that personal responsibility for themselves, and that they should work hard to make a way for themselves. Yes, environment does have a factor to play, but we also mindset this environment, this mental environment is key. And I'm also saying that we could improve and help to improve the mental environment of our citizens as well. But we totally understand your point in terms of personal responsibility. Go ahead. Morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Chief.
Good morning, President. Good morning to you and your family and Trinidad and Tobago and everybody. And ain't too much on the visit thing because that, to me, ain't bothering me a little bit. and then it too kind of political. So I don't want to get into that. But what I want to tell you is I want to tip a quote for you.
Nice.
Right?
You ain't thieving, you're borrowing knowledges to share. Go ahead, give us it.
Yeah. Any man could stand adversity. But if you want to test a man true power,
yeah.
If you want to test a man true character,
yeah.
Give them power.
Give them power.
Right?
Yeah. Give them prosperity, give them power. Yeah, man.
Give them power. And I say this because I will tell you what I have to tell you. Then I'll tell you why I have to tell you. Then I'll explain to you what I have to tell you. And I'll tell you why I have to tell you what I have to tell you, right?
The line's blowing because up, so give me it short. Go ahead. The quote was powerful. Yeah. I have somebody on hold and all. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I take it from the incident yesterday based on the interim result of the election that somebody sat down, they didn't even sat down in the office yet. And yet still, after pleading for people to vote for you, for make a betterment for them in the PSA, your true character come out now and you say the first thing on your agenda is to get rid of the PNM.
Right.
And I don't see what that had to do with PSC.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
If you understand. So the true character came out there.
Right.
Because when I voted for you for betterment within my organization. I don't want to hear nothing about politics.
Right. That's so interesting. I'll have a look at it. I'll have a look at it and we might have a discussion on it. That's interesting.
Right. So that is it. So I'm looking at all the ones who are coming up now and saying that they will do this and they will do that. I want to see if they get the opportunity to do it, how the character may change.
All right, thank you very much, Chief.
That's why I say what I had to say.
Yeah, man, thanks. Go ahead, caller. Sorry about that. I had you on hold.
Yeah, no problem, but a blessed good morning to you and to your listeners. You know, one, this station have an advertisement that says this is the street that is defending the nation. Thank goodness for somebody like yourself that is really defending the nation, because the host later on is like it's just about defending political parties. Nonetheless, I heard you mention that the leaders have to accept some responsibility for crime and the situation of crime. And I find that is reasonable, because if it is you are going to use crime as something that you're going to campaign with, promising people to give a genuine effort to have it under control.
Nah, they don't. The language not so conservative. They just tell us they're going to decrease crime. They're going to ensure. Yeah.
Right. So, but I'm just asking how it is after using crime as a tool to campaign, that persons, when they actually get in power, do not want to be held responsible. How come then do not use crime as a campaign tool? And leave it all in the hands of the police.
For a matter of fact,
politicians need to stop playing police.
Tell us the truth around election. Tell us you cannot solve the problem and it's going to get worse.
Exactly.
And let we try and see if we can get somebody who can solve it, because pressure.
It's easy. And you see, if they only open their mouth and speak that truth, the nation will have a clear understanding of what we have for our police service. Because you cannot tell me in so many matters, right? The police service apparently not interested, appears that they're dragging their feet, you know, but the list is so long. Politicians going on platform and saying that they will instruct police to do this and do that, and the police not coming out and making statements.
Yeah.
This thing is so troubling, so troubling.
Yeah,
and people want to pretend that they don't understand what is taking place.
Yeah, it is a disturbing situation for sure.
They just don't care. They just do not care. And persons are defending that every single day. Every single day, persons coming out to defend that.
Yeah.
Brother, you have a wonderful day.
Yeah. You too. Yeah, so the lines are extremely busy. Good morning.
Yeah, so morning, morning.
Morning.
I just wanted to address in regards to the asylum topic that we have going on in the country. Now, yes, it have a lot of dishonest and deceitful people, right? But that doesn't take away from the fact that the country right now, we have a lot of, how to say, crucial social and criminal issues going on.
Yeah.
That may in fact warrant someone going out there and applying for asylum. So it's, now we don't try and take away from that point then.
Let me also be honest with you. Many of the people who are seeking asylum, based on the applications they have made, they will be successful because they have extreme circumstances.
Exactly.
In Trinidad, let's be real. But,
Yeah, let's be real.
but what is going on is that the United Kingdom is clearly stating they don't want that problem. That's what they're saying basically. They don't want you to even get a visa before. So we could tell you from before you leave this island if to come or not. Because when you reach, based on the laws, they don't have a choice but to accept you once you apply then and there. So they're blocking, they're putting up a barrier to even dealing with that problem.
Right.
Let Trinidad, that's what they're saying in the world now. That's the new theory that these so-called developed countries have. You keep your problems. We want the benefiter. We want your oil. We want your gas. BP ain't going nowhere. And all the other companies, they ain't going nowhere. They coming right here to take whatever they could get. But they don't want your problems, your social problems, your crime, your whatever, and the spill off therefrom. You deal with that yourself. We don't want the burden of that. You're skilled people. You see, me, whoever, degrees and this and what, and you could come and productively put in more than you take out, so to speak. Yeah.
Right.
We want that.
Yeah.
It's not easy, brother.
Yeah.
This is not everybody in it to win it right now.
Touch on that part. I don't want people to say, well, oh, nothing is going on down here, and they're lying, and they're saying, and they think that, and I have a man talking that. Right?
And Trinidad is a beautiful place, yes. And the Caribbean is a beautiful place as well. But we're talking about people who caught sometimes in cycles of criminality and crime in the communities where they could see no way out, and their economics as well is difficult. So they're running.
Not only that, but the place hard.
Well, I was saying the economics as well.
You understand? It's hard. The economy, it's hard.
You see, you're looking for some way better. You're just trying to live.
Yeah, but I don't want people to say, oh, nothing, children in hand, and nothing is going on here, and you don't need asylum. It's not people who can really do it that way out.
Well, I don't know. Remember, we live in a parallel universe in Trinidad. Eh? One set of people live one kind of way, and next set of people live in a whole different kind of way. And we pretend as though like we don't understand what people are going through. Or maybe we don't understand.
But it have people suffering and trying. People suffering and pretending they're suffering.
For sure.
Gain power, the shame to come out and be suffering. They want the party look bad.
Well, that is that Trinidadian kind of pride thing. You know how we are, right? Thank you very much. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We're taking the calls. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, welcome, man.
Yeah. Tell me something. You were able to look at that video with somebody in UK who make a video concerning the asylum situation where they say they're eating and they're living nice, and you took a look at that video?
I don't want to call people names, but there's a fool who went abroad and talked nonsense at one point with that video. I don't know if that's the same video. Totally stupid young man, in my opinion. I hope that he gets some wisdom where he is at the moment, and maturity. Stupid young man, if that's what you're talking about. But I don't know if it's the same video.
All right. So tell me something. Based on asylum seeking in Trinidad and Tobago, you feel like I could bring a practical example of what could be going on in Trinidad that a Trinidad and Tobago citizen wants to go to UK and seek asylum, you feel you could give us a practical example of a circumstance or situation under which a citizen, right? Could you do that when I hang up, please? I want to hear that, please.
Sure, no problem.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So if you are in fear of your life, so for example, you are the cousin of an individual who is involved in whatever gang or identified in some gang related activity, and because of your just your relation to that individual, your life is at risk, and you may have had a circumstance where someone attempted at your life, etc. That is a valid situation, and I think some of the people who have gone for asylum, they will put forth those situations and be successful, because that's a valid situation. I also gave the one of someone who is going through very, very serious domestic abuse and is afraid for their life. All right. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Baka. Assalamu alaikum to you.
Morning and wa alaikum salam. Peace be unto you. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, man. So, Mr. Baka, I call you from Russia, Douglas Road and Barakpur, right?
Yeah, man. Welcome to everybody from Barakpur who
We have so much problem here. We have so much problem. They move the post office, they don't give it more side time again, our mail late. And the amount of energy come out, we have a population of 25,000 in Barakpur here, sir.
Right.
And the treatment we get in here, sir, oh God, man.
Yeah.
Most of the time we had to pay passage. You know, I don't own a car. I had to travel down to there to get my mails and, you know, all this kind of thing. If you had to pay a tea and tech bill, you had to go San Fernando. You know, $30 return. So. No, boss man. Mr. Baka, is a pleasure. First time I calling you after the Titan of Democracy, right? You know, so I am a caller of the Street 919 FM. So, sir, please hear our.
Yeah, thank you for outlining what difficulties you have in your community. Morning.
Morning, it's me again.
You get through again. Go ahead.
Fuad.
Yes?
You want to tell me England had the same problem that you talked about just now, the citizen, where they have problem in there?
Yeah, they have some social problems. But
are they coming to Trinidad or the Caribbean? Of course they're coming here too.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. Yeah. There are foreigners who come in here as well. There are foreigners who are coming here. I want them to give me, and I don't know if you can get your researchers to do that, to give me the number of Indian, African, Venezuelan, and even European. You have some of them coming here too, right? American. I remember a tourist woman saying, oh, good, because of the sun, because of the sun. She wish she was here, right? But, and you know, they're talking about, oh, they would want the people coming to Trinidad, and everybody know about it. If there is a situation that you talked about here, how hard it is for the European and they to find out what's going on in your country. I am saying the people want to go in the white people land. That's all about it. It has nothing to do with Trinidadian, because a lot of Indians come in here too. And when you see election coming up, and the expo start up, you'll see how much of them will be here. African come in here, because some of them, they have them in the retention center. And the African, and they even want to send them back, right? The Chinese here. I also want to know, Fuad, if it's really Trinidadian that are applying for that, or people who passing through here get a false Trinidad and Tobago passport to go to England. Okay. You know? And those things must be investigated.
Yeah, we'll have a look at it. No problem, thanks. Yeah. Yeah, but we do have some serious challenges. If we look at the crime rate in London, for example, especially violent crime and the use of guns and murder, so to speak. They have a population of 10 million people in London, and probably a little bit more. And I checked a couple years ago, you know, we're looking at just 14 or 15 murders. We could Google it again to check. And we have a population here of, 1.3 million, 1.4. And per capita, we are one of the highest in terms of murders in the world. So we definitely have an extreme problem with crime. It's not, maybe we have become so accustomed that we downplay it. But for fellow citizens to be killing other citizens at the rate that we are doing so speaks towards some really, really serious issues. And if people are fleeing from that, coupled with, economic issues as well, which make people believe they really don't have much hope economically, then we have to respect and understand that as well. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning. Just careful with your radio, we're getting a little feedback.
Yeah, I realize that. Good.
So lower the radio if you want. And we have a couple of minutes before the break, eh? Two and a half. Go ahead.
All right, I think I'll catch it. Here now. Right. Okay. Hold it still. And a different system here this morning,
All right, you change your system, because normally you're loud and clear.
All right, I think I get it. Yeah, it's right, but I get it. All right, okay. Good morning, Imam Fuad Abu Bakr. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Now, this thing widening. I want to, you see the slavery thing that we in, don't care what ethnic people we may be once you poor. I want to go there first. That the people who make this Western world, they're changing. They're starting to pull themselves together and keep you slave out. Now imagine chance, we've been able to go straight to Africa and so forth. You can't get to do that as easy. You have to go all in Europe. Why they want to make so much separation now, and so that now to go there is a problem, so that you wouldn't able, or you were able to go Africa. Look at all these things and see if you weren't seeing that.
Yeah.
Not only the crime thing, but although you could put it into that they don't want what they develop in these Caribbeans, they don't want to come back in their country. Yeah. We have to watch the things here, because what we are actually realizing that we are slaves in a society that they make, and according to the destiny we end up in, they will really block you from coming back into their unique, or what they so-called unique society. All women may be talking, we also, as a people, have to change we own self. I keep on saying that. Yeah. We have to discipline ourselves.
Yeah,
if we don't discipline ourselves to come out of that slave attitude, because the truth is...
We're going to a short break, sorry.
All right, okay.
Is being brought to you by Royal Castle. Our culture. Our taste.
For years, Royal Castle has been the favorite of many, with its unique, consistent quality and taste. The Castle prepares the freshest chicken and selected products to always give you that delicious homegrown flavor. So when you taste the delicious chicken and sides, the local seasoning and spices are unmistakable. And for this holy month, the Castle reminds the Muslim community of their halal specials. Get a quarter rotisserie chicken in any one side as a single meal, or a whole rotisserie chicken for the family, or perhaps the banquet special of one whole rotisserie chicken, 4 sides, and a 2 liters soft drink. Ramadan Mubarak from Royal Castle.
Here's a tasty meal tip from Royal Castle. If you feel like having something different for lunch or dinner today, then we have fantastic fish meals too. Get the fish combo of 2 succulent pieces of fish, 1 side, and a 16-ounce soft drink. Or the fish sandwich combo of a tender, tasty sandwich, 1 side, and 16-ounce soft drink. The Castle uses the freshest fish with its famous, enticing local seasonings, all cooked to golden perfection. So try our fantastic fish meals today. Royal Castle, Our culture, our taste.
Lent is here, and the castle is making fasting easy and tasty. Come enjoy any of our 5 delicious fish options, all made with a fresh catch, seasoned local style, and cooked to golden perfection. Try the fish meal. 2 slices of fish with a side. The fish combo. 2 slices of fish, 1 side, and a drink. Maybe the fish sandwich combo of 1 sandwich, a side, and a drink. Want more fish? Well, the Royal Fish Meal is for you. Enjoy a slice of fish, a fish sandwich with a side and a drink. Or maybe you just want our famous fish sandwich. The delicious Lenten specials are hot and waiting for you at your nearest Royal Castle.
That tip was brought to you by Royal Castle. Our culture, our taste.
Yeah, so we are back for the last few minutes. Yeah. You're still on, man. Loud and clear, so go ahead.
Yeah, well, I know this is come to that point, so I could know how to hold it. Now, I hearing everybody, and we hearing ourselves in that respect. But what you're hearing also, and what we should take in mind, is that we have to unite ourselves as poor people. I use the word poor people. Because as we say, this first world country and third world country back now, all of that mixing in this, because even when we come down to the COVID situation where they put in all sorts of different kind of restrictions and situations to keep up the communication process to that COVID, you would see that. They try to make virtual thing and all kind of things so that, and in all of that, they're holding all the information that we're bringing in. And in doing that, they're controlling the system. So don't take this just because they want to just put you out of Trinidad or Grenada or wherever. We have to take this, that the place is changing, that they're making division and separation in a serious way to hold us in a doom.
Yeah.
We have to know that if that's what's going on and start to unite ourselves, organize ourselves to a certain consciousness. Your first caller, they say some kind of thing there. He might be in real power talk like how I would maybe or so or some others, but he just say something when he talks like how the change and the cosmos and these things, and then we have to make them out. And when I talk about all like Islam, putting themselves in position to start to use the discipline order that they have in self. They have a self-discipline that if they use it in the society, it could bring serious profit. Yeah. People might like it because of the stigma in some way that they can, but there are people that carry certain disciplines that could help to change the society. That's why how I just deal with things. I don't know basic religion, nobody in. Yeah. I just have a spiritual text inside of my mind of dealing with discipline, living discipline, because I don't see no way in this world where the human being could not and could live without discipline, because the world is a disciplined existence.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't want to go far.
I don't
want to go far. But we have to start to wake up ourselves, unite, organize to a consciousness of discipline. Don't care what kind of economics or social or whatever. We have to come together and come to a disciplined order, just like the cat, the dog, the ants, the butcher, the birds, the everything. We have to do that and come back to that. This separation in life is what is the problem. We have to start to unite in truth and discipline. Okay, so
Thank you very much. 100%, and I want to echo those words. In order for us to build anything as a nation, we have to be very careful with this divide and rule that has been set up. It has been left with us. When the colonial master leaves, in many of these societies, he put people of different race, whatever, and if those races, if it's not different race, then he put a different economic strata, right? He pays some more than the others. so that there is continual division between the masses, between the people, and then they are unable to truly develop themselves and realize their potentials and their independence, and he is able to still continually just take what he wants. He doesn't want to see the third world become first world. He wants you to contribute to what he is calling the first world, which ain't really a first world either, you know. So he sets the division in the places that he has left. They speak about commonwealth. There's nothing common about the wealth of all of these nations being plundered and taken away to feed back this motherland supposedly. I'm not a mother. Mothers don't do that. May take the call as we coming to a close. You have the last call in, eh? Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Barker.
Morning.
Morning. I listened to one of your callers talking about crime and using it on the political platform. Kamala Persad-Bissessar and the UNC have used crime on the political platform. I'm seeing all advertisements with crime. And I am saying, when Kamala Persad-Bissessar was there, when they were in office, her AG said he was going for Calder Hart. He came, they won the election. Calder Hart was never arrested, never. I don't know if you could remember, Calder Hart put a picture out where he was sitting in his veranda out in Florida, wherever he was, and he said, "Here I am, y'all can come for me." And the Attorney General never went for Calder Hart. Imagine a man on a list to be arrested, and the man saying, "Here I am." He gave his address and they never went for him. Yeah. And Camilla talking about crime. Man, listen, I want to say this before I go. That thing that the UK government did, I want to tell people, lazy like KFC, the United Kingdom don't want lazy people in the country. You're not going there and getting to sit down. Let me tell you something. You see the UNC has created a lot of lazy young people in this country who refuse to work and only want handouts. That's what Kamala Persad-Bissessar and the UNC did.
The UNC did that?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
But back where you were living, it was live sport. You sign your name, you go back home, and you get a check at the end of the month. You make a baby and you get $500.
I think all administrations have certain social programs and other grants, etc.
Where you didn't hear the Bacchanal went on with live sport,
right?
Where you didn't have to do a thing, and you go back home and you get that. Why you think KFC in that messy and I can't believe that going on.
All right.
You go and give in your ID card.
We up with time. We just have 5 more seconds, right? So we'll probably investigate that topic another day. Have a good day.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Attention business owners. Are you looking to reach a vast audience and boost your brand's visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to